somebody said, they said, oh, how can TNA go and sign people like Cody Rhodes? How can they sign people like Damian Sandow? I refuse to call him by the new name because I really don't dig it. But, how could they go and sign all these people, have all these people under contract? Well, the answer is quite simple. They don't pay them. That's how it works. They don't pay them. So you can sign anything you want to sign to a piece of paper. If you ultimately aren't getting the actual check in the mail, why does it matter? Right now, TNA could sign CM Punk for $30 million. An episode, a TV taping. It wouldn't matter because TNA will never pay $30 million to CM Punk or anybody. They have not paid their talent because they don't have the money. They are doing right now what ECW did to their people. The only difference is that Paul Heyman could spin it in a way that a person would say, okay, I might not be getting paid right now, but we're in this together. We're in this together, and now, and we're going to do something. And we're going to be somebody. And then Paul's going to pay me. The difference is people bought Paul Heyman's bullshit. People don't buy Dixie Carter's bullshit. And people want to get paid. Bruce Pritchard comes out and he talks about the negotiations with Bobby Roode and how they were under the impression that if they let his contract run out, they can get him at a lower rate later. Well, realistically, what ended up happening is that Bobby Roode, quote unquote, got more money. Or did he? Because at the end of that statement, they talked about how Bobby Roode is still owed money by TNA. So that new contract that he signed that was supposed to give him more money didn't matter anyway because he never received the money. And that's what they're doing now. They can sign anybody under the sun. They are not paying them. They are not paying their taxes. They are not paying their vendors. They are not paying anyone. That is why Billy Corgan sued them. That is why Billy Corgan wants all these concessions now. They're not concessions, excuse me. He wants all these disclosures now. Because TNA has been going by the seat of their pants for no one knows how many years. And even though I know the talent they're not really saying it as loud as they could be, there is a systematic problem in TNA when it comes to paying their talent. And here's the reason why there's a problem with TNA paying their talent is because TNA, Dixie Carter, couldn't tell talent from a hole in the wall. They find no value in their own talent. They don't find value in anything that they brought up themselves. They only found value in talent that was legitimized by the other company. They never found value in AJ Styles, or else they would have never let him go. Now look at this guy. This guy is a world-class champion. Everywhere he stepped foot in, a champion. They never found value in Bobby Roode. They never found value in Samoa Joe. They never found value in Christopher Daniels. They never found value in Eric Young, ODB, all the knockouts. They never found value in anything that they did well. And that is why TNA has the problems that they have now. Eric Bischoff is suing them right now because they didn't pay him. I'm sure that there are dozens upon dozens of talent that work for TNA that have legitimate cases against TMA for back payments. And maybe for some reason or the other, they just don't pursue it. Maybe they know that TNA will be bankrupt within 6 months. So what's the point of hiring lawyers to get your money? There is no money. There's nothing. There's vapor. There's air. And it's such a shame when every single day we get new and new reports of how this company is conducting business, because the potential was there. They had such a deep roster and they squandered it with bullshit. And people are going to, in the history books, right? People will mention Hulk Hogan and Eric Bischoff and say that they raped and pillaged TNA. No. Dixie Carter raped and pillaged TNA. Dixie Carter is the reason why TNA is what it is today. Because at the end of the day, Dixie Carter is the boss. She signed the paychecks. It's Dixie Carter who destroyed TNA. No one else. And it's Dixie Carter who doesn't pay her bills. No one else.